What is going on, guys? This is Mike Williams from Cartoon Universe, and we actually have a really juicy piece of Miraculous news. We're actually moving really quickly with all the lore and stuff for Season 2, and this is all building up to the 3-part episode, but this is pretty big stuff. I was not expecting this to be as big as it is. We actually got a hint of this episode at San Diego Comic-Con. That is the episode Sandboy, which is going to be airing on September 24th, but we actually just got a trailer yesterday for this episode, and they're pretty generous with this one. They've been pretty conservative with the other trailers that we've gotten recently for the most part, but we really got a lot of interesting good stuff from this one. So this episode is going to show us all the Kwami in the box. The only one I think we're missing is Dusu, which is the peacock Kwami, which is currently in possession by Gabriel Gress. There's no telling if that Kwami will actually make an appearance or not. We'll have to wait and see, but I doubt it. But we actually get a really good looks at some of them. Just to name a few, we have like the goat, the rooster, the dragon, which is really dope, the rabbit, like there's actually the tiger, like there's a few Kwami we really get a good look at, but we're gonna be getting a look at all of them. We've actually known about these Kwami for quite a while. About a year ago or so, there was a press release from Zag about Miraculous, and they actually showed an image of all these Kwami, and I don't think that was really supposed to get out for the most part, so we did a video on it and we got copyright striked, not even for the footage, just for the picture itself. They were really trying to keep that under wraps apparently, but they did a bad job. But we knew that most of the Kwami were probably based off of the Chinese zodiac, based off of that picture, and also just the Miraculous themselves. You can kind of get an idea of what animal is what for each Miraculous. So this is really dope. I'm excited to actually finally get to meet them. So basically, if you don't know what this episode premise is about, basically Plag snuck out. It looks like he put like a little fake plushie to just kind of fake out Adrian, and it looks like Adrian's kind of concerned about this. There's possibly another villain or something like that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But essentially, Master Fuu is knocked out. So I'm not sure if Master Fuu is aware of what's about to go on, what's about to go down, but Plag and Tiki sneak into the box. There's like this weird portal, and apparently this portal only happens once every cycle, but they have to gather in the Miraculous jewelry box for a specific time. So that's weird. I don't know if this is like a thing that always happens, if they can just not communicate normally until the cycle happens. Like, it's very strange. But this whole cycle thing, basically they sneak into this box, and it's apparently for Nuru's birthday, and he turns 3,500, which is pretty crazy. And it's interesting that it's for Nuru's birthday, because if we take a look at their little satanic circle that they have with all the different Kwami in a big circle, they're doing some sort of ritual, and it sends a beam out. It might be sending Nuru to them potentially, but there's 2 empty slots. And obviously these empty slots would be for Nuru and Dusu, which are both in the possession of Gabriel Gress. It's possible Nuru might try to sneak out, but Gabriel probably ain't having that. And I can't speak for the peacock Kwami. Maybe she's, I would imagine she'd be able to get out of the Kwami and out of the painting, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But this portal basically leads them into this giant void-esque area where all the different Kwami are just chilling there, and they have all this junk. They have like a piano and barrels and furniture and arcade cabinets. Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is part of the ritual, is like gifts for Nuru or essentially, or if this is something completely different. Maybe it's just stuff that the Kwami's like, because we don't know what it's really like inside of a Miraculous. Is this like inside of the box? Does it always exist, or is this portal only open during this cycle, or is this where they kind of hang out while they're waiting to be used? Essentially, this is where all the Kwami just are all the time in the box. Like, I have no idea, but this is weird. It's super weird. And actually in the little pentagram, I don't know what it is, there's actually kind of the symbols that kind of symbolize these cycles of a moon. So that kind of goes back to the whole, Miraculous Kwami cycle. I'm sure they'll dive more into that later, because they're usually pretty generous with their lore and stuff like that when there is lore. But apparently this episode will focus on all the Kwamis, so it's possible we'll get a mention of Dusu at least, if not an entire appearance of some kind, which is really dope that we might actually get to see every single Kwami all at once, kind of get a feel for their personalities. I don't think we're going to see them in action as Miraculouses, but we'll have to wait and see for that. But this episode is called Sandboy, and there's actually a villain called Sandboy, and he's apparently Nino's cousin, which is interesting. So that means we might actually get another appearance from Carapace, which would be pretty dope. And this is actually a villain that takes place at night, which is cool, because the whole theme song talks about how that at nighttime I'm a superhero, but literally almost every single episode takes place at the daytime. So it's cool to actually get something that relates to the whole premise of the show in the intro. So that's pretty cool. And apparently this villain wants to make everyone's bad dreams come to life in Paris. So obviously the Sandboy is a play on Sandman. It has to do with sleep and dreaming and all that whatnot. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what the bad dreams would be. I'd actually think it would be pretty cool to see maybe Hawkmoth's bad dreams come true, which might relate back to Emily Agreste. That'd be pretty dope. We might get some actual backstory and flashback through that. Marinette and Adrien are fighting as Ladybug and Cat Noir, and Hawkmoth has his Hawkmoth outfit on. So at some point they do get the Miraculouses back. So I'm curious how this is even gonna come into play with the Kwami, because it has to be connected in some way, shape, or form. They're not going to just have a villain thing and have it nothing to do with the whole Kwami ritual. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out and how it's all going to connect, because it's possible they lose the Kwami later after the battle and then Sandboy comes back or something like that. Or they had to take them away from the ritual and then something bad will happen if they don't beat the villain in time or something along those lines. But I'm really excited for this. I'm excited to finally see the other Kwami in action. It's been way too long overdue. But what do you guys think about this? Which one is your favorite so far? Did you get a good look at any ones that we may have missed? Definitely let us know in the comments down below. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more miraculous news and theories and all that good stuff. We'll be definitely covering this episode once it drops. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.